Guys, I am so excited for this week's episode. I said this on Instagram, but typically we have a guest every week, which I absolutely love hearing all of, these amazing people and their stories. But I do want to change it up a little bit this week just because I do get a lot of random questions and typically they're the same questions. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to change it up and do just an episode where I just answer all of the most popular questions that I get. So I narrowed it down to 10 and we'll just, and these are the 10 that I probably get asked the most. So I just thought that it would be kind of fun. Okay, so first up we have, what is your morning routine? I have this little girl that loves to be on camera. She won't let me put her down when I'm filming. So it's changed things a little bit having a puppy. So right now, my morning routine, it changes depending on my work schedule. Sometimes I'm up at 4 and I don't have time initially for like how I really like to start my day. And then sometimes I get to sleep in till like 6, which is when she gets up regardless. So what I really like to do is wake up and start my morning with my daily devotional. I get asked about this all the time because I'm constantly posting. So this is the same author as the 5 Love Languages, and this is the Love Language Minute Devotional. I love this. I love starting my day with it, and I do get asked, why I chose a devotional book that had to do with like marriage and relationships, because I'm obviously not married. But I find it really helpful because I do hope to be married one day, and I just think that it's really cool to kind of like just jump ahead and kind of learn how to handle relationships in certain situations that come up so that I'm prepared. I also find that it has helped me in other relationships, friendships, relationships with family and friends, and so I highly recommend it. So I really do like to start my day with that. And then of course, coffee is life. And so first thing I do is usually read that, get up, take the dog out, and then come back and make my coffee and usually a protein shake. If I'm in a real rush, I'll make oatmeal and just have my protein in a shaker and get on with my day, getting ready for my clients. So that's typically my morning routine. I wish it was a little more exciting, but typically that's what it looks like because I am kind of in a rush in the morning. It isn't until like midday that I actually get some time to myself, which I know probably happens for a lot of you guys that have kids and jobs and all of that and animals. Question number 2 that I get asked a lot is, what skincare products do I use? Right now, I meant to grab them. I'm sorry, I don't have them here, but right now I'm using all JLo and I am obsessed. I bought her entire line, so I am using her cleanser every morning. I follow up with her brightening serum, her little oil that she uses, and then I do the day cream, and then I also have the night cream, so I repeat that at night with the cleanser and the oil, and then I go in with the night cleanser, and then I have the under eye cream. So I do all those. I haven't bought her masks yet, but I've heard they're amazing, so I will probably be purchasing those soon. As far as removing makeup, I have always done this, and now I know JLo just came out with saying she did it, and I thought that was awesome because I have always done this, is I use olive oil to get my makeup off. It just works so much better than those wipes, and it just comes right off. So I use that every night to take my makeup off. So that's my skincare routine. It's very simple right now. I've gone from product to product. I was having bad maskne in the beginning of COVID and tried all these different products and nothing was working. And I have to say, like, JLo did it right. So I highly recommend her line. Yeah. So question number 3, what makeup do I use? So I use a ton of different products. I did bring a couple of the things that I do love, absolutely love. So a lot of you asked me what like eyeshadow that I use. And this is like my absolute go-to is this Anastasia's like makeup palettes. I have a ton of them. I just brought one as a little example, but they have the prettiest colors. I know this one's like, you could tell I use it a lot. So I think all of them. I mean, they're amazing. And then I just discovered this. I have done so many different mascaras, and there's some that that are fine, but this one actually I love because it's very inexpensive. It's from Maybelline New York. It's the Sky High mascara. It's the best one that I've tried in a long time, and I have paid a lot of money for mascaras that are kind of disappointing, and this one is by far the best that I've tried in a long time. And then a lot of you have asked like how I get my makeup to stay all day during training and workouts, and I'm telling you, it's this guy right here. This is legit. So it's the Urban Decay All Nighter. It's the finishing spray. So I will apply this, like I'll just spray it all over right after I apply all my makeup, and it stays all day, and I swear by it. So yeah, and I mean, and then for my like base makeup and everything, I use so many different things. So I really love for foundation, the Studio Fix from MAC. So I've always used that since I was a teenager, and I have tried different things. I always go back to it. That's my go-to. So I use that. And then I do use a lot of like KKW for the contouring. So I usually like have all of her stuff. Yeah, and so that's basically the makeup products that I use the most that I love. And then kind of going with that, question number 4, what hair products do you use? So for shampoo and conditioner, have used forever Redken So Soft. I love it. Again, I've tried other things. I always go back to it. It's my go-to. So that's my shampoo and conditioner. Recently, I have been using the heat protectant spray from Bondi Boost. I love this. It just keeps your hair so soft and kind of protects it from all the heat from the blow drying and the straightening and the curling. And then this is like also one of my favorite products. It's from Drybar. It's the Whiskey Fix. So after I'm done, like right now, I will typically like dry my hair, and then I'll curl it, and then I'll brush it out with a comb, like a wide comb, and then I'll put this in it after, this like little styling spray, the styling paste, and it just kind of gives you, look, I'm sorry, this little girl is going crazy. I just took her for a walk too. I don't know what her deal is. So yeah, so these are my favorite hair products right now. Question number 5. What do my workouts look like right now, my workout program? So I like to change it up. Gyms just opened up, so right now I'm doing splits because I do want to get a little muscle on me, because for so long I was basically doing endurance and like HIIT training, which is great. But I did lose a lot of muscle because I only had, the equipment that I had at home for so long. So now that I have a gym, I'm taking advantage and doing leg day. I'm doing chest and tries, back and bis. So for an example, right now, like on Monday, I do chest and tries. Today is actually Tuesday, even though this is airing on Friday. So today I did legs and a little bit of abs. I do like to do abs like, a couple of times a week, so I incorporate them in other days. And then tomorrow I'll do back and bis, and then I'll do shoulders and abs. And then I love to do cardio right after, which is another, it's actually the next question is how often should I do cardio? I do cardio every day right after I lift. It's great for if you want to burn extra fat. It takes about 45 minutes to get into a fat burning zone. The quickest way to get there is to lift. So I love to lift my weights. for about 35-40 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes, depending on what I'm doing. And then I like to do 20 to 30 minutes of cardio right after. Then you're just burning straight fat. And so that's typically like a workout day for me, is to lift. I've been doing, like I said, splits this last couple of weeks that gyms are back open. But I do change it up, because your body does get used to something. So if you have been on a program for longer than 6 weeks, typically your body will plateau. And so people do stop seeing, they stop seeing results after a while. And that's why, because your body, needs to be challenged. You have to change it up. Your body gets used to something and then it just kind of stops changing. So very important to change it up every 6 weeks or so. Change up your program, just to like mix it up, and also so you don't get bored, Okay, so question number 6, how often should you do cardio? So I do it every day. It doesn't have to be crazy. I like to mix it up. So I will do like the curve machine. For those of you that don't know what that is, the curve machine, it's like you feel like a hamster almost a little bit, because it is a treadmill that you power yourself. So you just step on and it goes. And so you kind of determine like how fast or slow you want to go. So I will power walk on that for 20 or 30 minutes. And then the next day I'll do a pretty intense interval session on the elliptical. And then the next day I'll do the Stairmaster. I can't run really anymore because of a back injury that I had a few years ago. And so I just like to rotate between those 3 things. I love to go on hikes, walks on the beach. And so there are a lot of different things that you could do for cardio to change it up. But I do it every day. I don't typically have just a cardio day. Okay, number 7, how do you burn fat? So I get this question a lot, and I will say that, first of all, diet is key, obviously. You're not going to be, losing fat or weight if you're going to be eating processed bad foods or eating out a lot. And so diet is definitely key. No matter how much you work out, you're not going to lose weight until you get your diet on point. And so that's huge. But to burn fat during a workout, like I said, you want to lift, you want to work out for that 45 minutes, gets you into your fat burning zone, but that's typically when people stop. So if you continue that workout with just some light cardio after, just keeping the heart rate up a little bit, it doesn't have to be crazy. You don't have to, like, sprinting is great. Sprinting is great for losing fat. So obviously, like, the harder the better. If something is easy for you, it typically isn't doing much for you. So just think about that when you are doing cardio or you're working out. If it's not hard, then it's probably not doing much. So you do want to challenge yourself a little bit, but definitely doing the cardio after you lift is going to help so much, and just make it challenging for yourself. So sorry, that's my advice on burning fat. Okay, number 8, what does my diet look like? Okay, so I used to be really obsessed about counting calories and weighing out my food. I brought a scale everywhere to weigh my food. I was a crazy person. And it really didn't do much for me except stress me out. I didn't see the results I wanted to see. And it wasn't until I kind of stopped counting calories and stopped worrying about how many carbs I was getting a day and how much fat and how much protein. I ate when I was hungry. So that's what I do. I eat when I'm hungry. I pay attention to portion control. I make sure I have a well-balanced diet. And that's basically it. Like, I'm not on a plan or anything necessarily. My typical diet is I wake up and I make a protein shake. I love to have my protein powder. I use a vegan protein powder from Thorne, which you can get on their website. Amazon used to have it, but I don't think they carry it anymore. So I do that with a little bit of almond milk. I am dairy-free, soy-free, nut-free, corn-free, and I only eat fish. So that does narrow things down a little bit for me as far as my diet goes, but that's just, those are the things that I've discovered don't make me feel very good when I eat them, and so I cut them all out. So I will do almond milk, my protein powder, a handful of spinach. I will do collagen powder, a little bit of fiber, and then I'll do, I do peanut butter or almond butter. So I'm not 100% nut free, I guess, because I do have those, but I don't like snack on almonds or anything like that. I just will do like a tablespoon of some sort of nut butter in my shakes, and then I'll do a frozen banana. Sometimes a date, because dates have a lot, even though they have a lot of sugar, they have a lot of health benefits. So I'll do that and blend that up. So that's typically my breakfast. On days where I'm just like really on the go, I'll do my oatmeal and just put a little bit of peanut butter in that. So yeah, that's typically my breakfast. And then I will do like some sort of fruit if I want a snack. Some days I feel like I need a snack in between breakfast and lunch, and sometimes I don't. So if I do, I go for a banana or an apple, something that is natural and organic, and so I'll do that. For lunch, I will typically do like Beyond Meat and make some sort of taco. I've made my tacos on Instagram, you know, with greens and avocado and almond flour tortilla, and so yeah, I just try to keep it healthy and make sure that, or I do a salad or something and make sure that I have like black beans in it and avocado and lots of greens, and I really just try to make sure that I have protein in every meal, fiber in every meal, greens in every meal. If I do have, you know, like my carbs are typically my fruit and my vegetables. Every once in a while, I'll make some pasta from, it's a rice, like a brown rice pasta that I'll make, and I'll do like broccoli with it, and Beyond Meat, and so I'll do, you know, something like that. I just try to make sure that I have all of the healthy things that I need, and so a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables. I'm pretty much just plant-based. Sometimes I have like salmon or something, but typically that's what my diet looks like. Yeah, but I would say just as long as you're eating healthy 90% of the time, as long as you're cutting out your processed foods and your high sugar foods and just focusing on having a more plant-based diet, you can't really go wrong. And then just listening to your body. If something doesn't feel right when you eat it, then cut it out and see how you feel cutting it out. And you might want to try to introduce it a few weeks later. And if it makes you feel the same, then you just know that you don't do well with that. That's a long process, but that's how I figured out what works best for me. So, because like what works best for me might not work best for you and vice versa. So you gotta figure it out for yourself. It's a lot of trial and error. Okay, so number 9, we're almost done. Where is my favorite place to travel and where would I like to go next? So I absolutely love Hawaii, which is good because it's not far away. It's not out of the country, obviously, so it's kind of easy to get to. But Kona is my favorite place in the world. If you haven't been, I highly recommend it. I know a lot of people go to Maui and, you know, a lot of different islands, but I love Kona because it's not very touristy, so you almost feel like you're, you know, out of the country. Like it just doesn't feel the same. It just feels amazing, and it's magical and healing, and every time I go there, I swear I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna move there, but everyone that I talk to is like, no, it's different when you live here, and it's really tough to, you know, to earn a living. And so I try to go as often as I can, and with COVID, I haven't been able to go, and I miss it a lot. I can't wait to go back. Where I would love to go is Italy. That's where my dad's side of the family is originally from, and I would love to go, just travel all around. My family is from Sicily, but I would love to go all over Italy for like a good month or 2 and just go. I've heard so many amazing things, and I would just love to check it out. That's my dream place. And then my last question is, so someone had said, I saw that you watched all the Disney movies in order in the beginning of the pandemic. What was your favorite one and what was your least favorite? Yes. So in the beginning of COVID, my friend Shane did this, this whole like, this challenge that he challenged me to watch all the Disney movies in order, all the animated Disney movies in order, which I did in the beginning of COVID because we were all going a little stir crazy. I was kind of surprised because the early on Disney movies, I don't feel like would have been made today. They, like, for example, Pinocchio is a little twisted. And Snow White is really dark. I'm like, this is crazy. I can't believe I liked these as a kid. They're so dark and twisted. But I think that, gosh, my favorite one is it's so hard because there's so many amazing ones. I'm a huge Disney fan. But I would say that my favorite one is still probably Beauty and the Beast. That was one of my favorites as a kid. Gosh, it's either between that or like Little Mermaid probably, but yeah, I mean, there's so many good ones. How do you choose? But I will always have a place in my heart for Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, so those are my 10 questions. That last one was fun. It was like so different than the rest, but yeah, I hope I answered all of your questions, and if you guys have more, you know that you could always DM me on my Instagram. It's at Morgan M. Mitchell. Yeah, thank you guys so much for your questions. Thank you for listening, and I just really, really appreciate all of the support that I've been getting. You know, on my Instagram, I'll just talk about it real quick since it's very recent. I have had somebody kind of pretending to be me and catfishing people and also trying to get money from people, saying that I'm doing like a boot camp or something and trying to get money from people. And I sincerely apologize for anybody who this has happened to. I do have police looking into it, and I know that I had mentioned on my story over the last week that I am going to kind of put a pause on posting anything personal, like my family or my friends or anything, just to protect them, or like my location when I go somewhere. I just have to be a little more careful, and there have been some people that didn't like that and decided not to follow me anymore, and then there have been amazing people like you still supporting me and understanding, and I truly, truly appreciate from the bottom of my heart all of your support. It really, really means a lot to me. So I just want to thank all of you so much for sticking with me through the years and supporting all of my dreams. And I just hope that I can inspire you guys, which is what this podcast is all about. And I am still always here. If you have any more questions with, you know, fitness, with you know, how to stay motivated. I can't believe that wasn't a question on here because I used to get that all the time. But yeah, I just hope that I can, you know, help you guys in any way. And if you have more questions about skincare or beauty products or anything, you know, I am always here for you. Thank you. I love you guys. Have a good day.